Yo, today I just wanna kind of chill, just hang out, have a chat, have a little bit of a chat here as we play this game against the Florida Panther. I just want to talk. You know what? One to one, mano y mano, me and you. We need to have a chat because NHL 24. I think, it might be good. It might actually be good. Now, don't get me wrong. This game is definitely not perfect. Like, there are flaws. This pressure system is definitely just a little bit interesting at times, to say the least. There's a great idea behind the pressure system, and unfortunately, it's not entirely executed to what the majority of the player base would probably want to see. And to be honest, that's okay, because the new people in charge of this video game have told us that they are going to listen a little bit more. They're going to be a little bit more open, and you've seen that. It is very easy to talk to some of the higher ups, you know. Mike in development, very easy to reach. Just find him on Twitter and send him a little something, and you're probably going to get a reply, honestly. So I have more trust in the people in charge than I used to, right? Like in previous years, NHL, however long, man, since 15. Let's just put it that way. Nice hit. Year after year, one of the first things that you can read under almost any sort of post from the game, whenever they're hyping it up, is, oh, same game every year. And it just so happens that this year, they changed a whole lot of things about the video game. The whole meta's changed, the physics have changed, the presentation has changed, and not everything's hit, but to be honest with you, it's a breath of fresh air, man. And I think it's very ironic for people to be clamoring for EA to make wholesale changes about the game for year after year after year, and then the 1 year that we receive a game that is entirely different from what we've been playing in previous years, then people complain that they have to change and adapt how they play. That makes me a little bit upset, to be honest. How the heck are they supposed to win? Like, how are they supposed to win? I strongly feel like there is no winning at this point, because if they don't change anything and they just make minor tweaks to sort of balance things out, people complain that there was nothing new added. But then when they make a big change, then people complain that it's different. I don't quite understand how that's even, like, logical. For example, the hitting system. I've been seeing so many complaints about the hitting system, and it's like we're 2 days in and we don't even, like, I've seen complaints from people who don't even know that you have to load up in one way on the right stick and then go the other way on the right stick. They think that you still have to just flick it at somebody and you're going to get a big hit. And then you explain that to them and they're like, oh, really? I'm like, yes, really. And then they realize that they were complaining for no reason, you know? Now, don't get me wrong. It's definitely not a perfect game. There are a lot of things I would change. For one, even though they look amazing and I love them, the hip checks, man, the hip checks are absolutely broken. They are way too overpowered. Like, they look good when you're hitting at the right angle, but the fact that you can hit anybody from any angle with the hip check and it's more viable than the regular body checks, that is a problem. That is a legitimate issue. Like, the fact that I see a puck battle and I know that my best chance to get out of there alive is to lead in to a puck battle with a hip check from behind, that just shouldn't happen. Like, I don't know how that they can make it so that the hip checks look good when you connect, but aren't overpowered. I honestly, I imagine that's a nightmare. However, they look pretty good in NHL 11. Like, NHL 11, they lacked a little rotation, but other than that, it was possible. So it can be done. I would just like it to be done, you know? Other than that, this pressure system I find is way too easy to get full pressure on a play, all you have to do is really hold the puck to the outside, complete one or two passes, and you're good. You're good. And once a team is pinned, they're really going to struggle moving. I feel like they should reduce the amount of momentum that you gain from simply having the puck and moving with it. They should also reduce how quickly being pinned drains you as the defending team, because it's just too quick. Like, if you take a penalty in EASHL, your team is basically just going to have to try to hold on and survive for the rest of the period. Because if you lose that face-off on the penalty kill, then the other team could just hold the puck to the outside, get you pinned, and then they can move the puck around and just drain your entire stamina bar when you're just not even sprinting at anyone. You're just trying to keep the box, and they're just going to drain your stamina. And then once that's done, it's a nightmare to get it back in even once the penalty is over, right? Because you're so drained at that point. There's only one player, the player that's out of the box, that has any sort of stamina, and it's pretty bad. I do understand that it's a 5-minute period, and if you want to really, wow, I can't believe that didn't go in. If you want to experience the full system, it can't take forever to build the meter all the way up, but I feel like it's going down. It's filling up too fast right now, and it's a little bit too powerful once you do have it. But what it creates is so cool, man. The scrambles out in front of the goalie with the rebounds, and the defensive team desperately trying to hold on. Like, there's so much there. There is such a good feature hidden in there if they just fine-tune it and make it a little bit more balanced. You just get a lot more hockey goals as we crush this, man. You just get more hockey goals, like mad scrambles out in front of the net, like in the playoffs, you know? You really do get those mad scrambles. Nice. And those moments where you can really feel the pressure of the offensive team just buzzing and the defensive team is just hanging on for dear life. That is amazing. The one thing, though, that I think is really over the top and needs to be fixed for sure is the goaltending just flopping everywhere. It's really bad. The recovery for goaltenders needs to be buffed a severe amount, okay? Because any rebound at all, it doesn't even need to be on the stick of the offensive team again. I feel like any rebound at all causes the goalie to just flop around, and that feels very arcadey to me because you get one shot on goal, and all of a sudden the goalie turns into a freaking Tim Thomas cosplayer at Beer League instead of a pro athlete. I understand what they're going for, but once again, it's fine-tuning. If they just give the goalies a little bit more stamina and they reduce how easily it is for goalies to start flopping around, then again, there's great stuff there. There is great opportunity for a fantastic feature there, because when the system behaves properly and the goalie is flopping around because there's actual pressure, crashing the crease really hard and getting a million shots, then it feels amazing. It feels really cool. You see a lot of spectacular saves you've never seen before, and you get those moments where the goalie bails his team out when they're getting caved in, and that's really awesome. But unfortunately, a lot of the time, it just leads to the goalies looking goofy. Like, I've seen plays where there's a shot, the goaltender makes the save and directs it into the corner, but since it wasn't directly in the corner, the goalie starts flopping all over the place. And then somebody just makes a pass back at the point, and it takes so long to get back in position and get back under their feet and be athletic. They take so long to recover that it leaves your net empty for like way too long, like a solid 5 seconds sometimes. I've seen goalies stuck in those flopperoo animations for way too long, like enough time where the offensive team has time to work it around the entire perimeter to get a cleaner look at the net, and the goalie is still not in position or even close to being up. That's too much. We need goalies to recover faster And we need them to only start flopping when it makes sense, because throwing yourself to the side when the other team doesn't even have a hope at retrieving the puck is just, no. Why are we doing that? That really takes you out of the experience, and I wish, I don't even know which one of these, which one of my complaints I would like to be fixed first. I think that might be the one. That might be even above the pressure meter filling faster. I think the goalies flopping around needs to be fixed first. Now, other than that, I mean, obviously my gripe with the game, Be a Pro just receiving no attention once again this year, that's just unacceptable. I mean, the Be a Pro experience is so far behind any other career mode. We definitely need an overhaul there. I've seen a lot of franchise mode players complain about the AI logic. I've seen some crazy stuff happening where the AI just doesn't know how to manage a team in NHL 24. Oh my goodness. It's just, and the Michigan. Listen, the fact that it only takes one button to do the Michigan, to me, is not the problem. What is the problem when it comes to the Michigan is that there's no attribute requirements for it. You don't need to have great hands when you definitely should need to have fantastic hands to be able to pull off the Michigan, or at least like very good, you know what I'm saying? And it's just too easy to make it work. There should be a timing window where you need to hold triangle a very specific amount of time, similar to how the jump shots work in 2K. In 2K, when you go online, if you don't green your jump shot, and basically what that means is release the jump shot with perfect timing, then you miss. And that's how it should be with the Michigan. If you don't release triangle or Y with absolutely perfect timing, you should flub it. It should roll off your stick. It should, any which way you want the Michigan not to work, it should happen. But to me, it being just one button is not the problem. I just figured I'd score one just because it's the topic. My suggestion for this would be to make one attribute be a minimum of 85 to even pull off. To even pull off the deke. If you don't have an 85, now I don't know if it's hand-eye or deking or puck control, whatever you want it to be. One of those attributes, or maybe two of them, need to be 85 at least for you to have the ability to pull it off. However, at 85, it should be a very, very, very strict timing window to where you need incredible player stick skill to pull it off. And once you upgrade and go above an 85, once you get to 88, 89, 90, then you start having a little bit wider of a timing window to accomplish the Michigan. And if you have a player that's 95 plus, then it becomes a little bit easier again. Now, listen, is it going to lead to people making builds online, let's say in EASHL, exclusively to pull off the Michigan? Yeah, but guess what? Their build is going to suck at everything else. So when you see that build pop up, or when you see somebody going for the Michigan a lot, then you know that is what that player wants to do, so defend it. But the fact that we can have stone hands out here and nail a Michigan is a little bit insulting to everyone's intelligence. Like I said, if you're under 85 for hands or whatever, I don't even want you to have the ability to pull off the Michigan. This is going above and beyond, but it would be hilarious if you tried to pull off a Michigan with somebody that has like 70 hands. They could like trip out on themselves and fall. It would be hilarious. It would be, or send the puck flying or whatever. It would be great if we had like some spectacular fail animations. Okay, that's just me overthinking it. Okay, that's for sure not happening. But we definitely need a attribute minimum and a skill check, basically, like a player skill check. Can you actually pull this off? Do you have good timing on the sticks and good stick ability? Then you can pull off the Michigan if you have the right build for it. But overall, man, NHL 24 is fun. Is it flawed? Absolutely. There are major flaws in the game, but I think that the beautiful thing about NHL 24's flaws, other than the game modes, the offline game modes not receiving much love, the beautiful thing is a lot of the stuff on the ice that is flawed is fixable. Is and I'm not talking about NHL 25 fixable. I'm talking about next patch fixable or future patches fixable. Okay, these are all patchable things, and so I think if we just chill out and let NHL 24 just simmer and grow into its own thing, I think we're going to get a very, very good game. Because to be honest with you, I know it's not the coolest thing because everybody likes to hate on EA, and I feel like sometimes people just want to hate the game when it comes out. I'm having fun, man. I'm having fun. The game feels different. It feels like a whole new experience. Other than the game modes, it feels like a whole new experience on the ice, and that is what we asked for. That is what we got. So I think if we just give it a chance, man, 24 can be fantastic. We'll see how they patch it in the future. Okay, I don't know how good the patches are going to be, but let's hope for the best. There's new people in charge, and they've changed the game. They've changed a lot about it, and let's give them time to fix it. Let's just keep on keeping on. Why my character smiling like that? They look so happy. But if we just let them fix it, let them cook, okay? And we'll see what we get. Now, if the patches come out and they don't fix anything, then we can criticize that. But for now, man, I'm enjoying NHL 24, and I'm not ashamed of it because when I buy a video game, I actually want to like it. So this is a good way to end it off. Let me get a good smile. This is gonna be the thumbnail. I'm gonna see y'all later, yo. I'm gonna get a thumbnail here and edit this video. Let me know what you think about NHL 24. Maybe things that I said in the comments down below. As always, like, subscribe, all that stuff. You know how YouTube works. I'm Wenty Glory. I appreciate your time, just hanging out, chilling, just having a good old conversation with your boy. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.